In his pants.
Oh, take an experience for that. That was good. I'm giving out everything tonight.
I love it when you're running the werewolf game. It always works out best when you're running
I'm like Santa over here.
Do it all the time.
You get a gift, and you get a gift. Everyone gets a gift.
Everybody gets a gift. We're so Kate and Kate and Phil. Tell me what you guys are doing.
I am probably sitting with our Silverfang friend, learning more about my new house.
Okay.
And if nothing else, keeping him out of trouble and away from the others.
Okay.
I'd probably be trying to acclimate the other 6 ranks we have acquired just to make them feel a little bit more at home in the stagecoach and the caravan.
Okay.
And just because all of them have been touched mentally in some way, trying to keep them from freaking out.
Ooh. Okay. So you guys, you're probably kind of hanging out in like the main kind of like gathering room.
Yeah, and I'd also be holding court. Anyone who wants to come visit, I'm readily available.
All right. And
I would be wherever he's been hanging out. That's where I am.
All right. You all, you see, walking into the main room where you are, Woo.
Yes.
No, I'm saying they see you.
Oh, okay.
Would I have met him at some point?
No, actually.
Well, I probably.
You would have met him at the first episode, yeah. Because you were there during that whole first. Your character was there during that first battle with Madame Gibbons.
Yeah.
So basically, I've probably seen him, but I've seen him, but I've probably never actually talked to him.
Correct.
Yeah. Once we all got into the stagecoach and got on the moon bridge, my character Wu basically went off into the twisted corridors inside the stagecoach, and no one's seen or heard from him since.
So at least I know he's not a trespasser.
Yeah, and was pretty banged up, when he walked off.
And needless to say, it's been about 7 months since you've seen him. And walking into the room is accompanied by him is, if you guys middle right, this old gentleman. I'm digging it.
Just a second.
That has to be a 6th rank.
I'm assuming anyone old is 6th ranked.
Especially crazy looking.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. If you want to introduce him. Woo. I'll let you guys role play this scene out.
I'm sorry. You got his name is Moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I am there, and I'll probably have a long bow staff in my hand. And this old guy is next to me, and I just I bow towards Phil and Bob, old friends, soon to be new friends, and I bow to the other people in the room. Allow me to introduce Moon, rank 6 Stargazer, and I bow very, very deeply.
Hey there. Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Phil Cady. I guess I'm what kind of sells for a spokesman around here, but pleasure to have you.
I'll look over at Phil. So we almost get jumped by Get, attacked by spiders, gone through hell and back to find ours, and he walks in with one. How do we not have that luck?
This may mean we're doing something very wrong.
Or I'm doing something very right.
That's a very good point.
Phil, you got any of that whiskey you used to have?
Oh, I'm sure we got more than enough alcohol here.
I haven't had a drink in 7 months.
You also notice, Phil, that Wu has it looks like a fairly fresh battle scar.
Respect.
Did you guys see my coffee, my cup, by the way? What do you think of that?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, is that a Super Mario pipe?
Yeah, it's a Super Mario pipe.
Nice. Nice.
So you're Wu.
Yeah, so I guess I'll go introduce myself to the new people.
The only sixth rank that's actually gathered in the room with the others is actually there's probably two of them. That would be Treasured Guest and I'm trying to think who else would be there. Well, Professor James Steele isn't there yet, and probably Agmar Runebreaker would be there. The front two would be there. You see that Treasured Guest kind of makes a makes a very cordial nod and walks up and kind of puts his hand on Moon's cheek, and they seem to be discussing something through a language unheard by normal ears. And then Treasured Guest then he doesn't smile since he doesn't have a job, but you can tell that the equivalent of would be a smile, like his eyes light up a bit, and then looks at Agmar Runebreaker and kind of nods, and Agmar Runebreaker then looks to Moon and says, rarely do I see somebody as rarely have I met a stargazer that I would actually respect. And he nods to him in the most respectful way, and Moon looks at him and says in return, rarely have I met a Get who would say something as condescending and take it as a compliment, and nods back. And go back to Pittsburgh and enter Sag and Ryan and Dale. Anything you guys want to planning ahead of time, or other than the notes you sent?
I think we already kind of have the loose plan of things. It's just I'm trying to figure out I've got gifts, but I have no idea how to do anything with spirits, which is not a good thing for a thirds to say, especially while they're 6th rank. So I'm just looking at rights right now.
Okay.
But we can get. I think we can get up till the point where I can catch up to figure out what I'm doing on the roll.
Okay. Explain to me, the three of you, how's your entrance going to be? Is there something that's going to happen from the outside, or something's going to happen from the inside? Let me know.
Well, we could have a little bit of a powwow, I suppose. I'm just not sure what the technocrat could do. Once I'm inside, I can easily deal with things.
Okay.
I can add enough chaos for us to do what we need to do, but we need to lure. We have to lure the warder out.
Did you see the notes that I sent, Chris?
Yeah. Unless you sent it in the past 10 minutes.
No, I sent it like I don't know, an hour ago.
Okay. Yes, I did see that.
And I tried to be as explicit as possible without without saying, "Oh, I've got X in correspondence" or what.
Yeah.
So,
well, do you have a way in?
I believe that I can get us in.
If you can get us in, Jericho can attract the appropriate defenses, and then all we need to do is get to the whatever.
I'm gonna send. I gotta find it here real quick.
Jericho's mission's pretty straightforward.
I'm going to send a private message here real quick to you guys.
All right.
Barney, really quick.
Yep.
With my experience, can I buy the level 3 Stargazer gift Cunning Koan?
Yes.
Any illusion designed to fool others is revealed.
Okay. Yep. Phil and Kate, you guys are chatting back. You guys blew up the entire city. I don't know what you guys are talking about. you guys instigated a 3-way civil war in the middle of the city.
Ryan, take a look at the notes that I'm sending as well.
Got it. Via Facebook.
And for the record, that was Mike doing that, not me.
I am not sure what you're talking about.
I am far more subtle.
That was a unfortunate string of events that did not involve me.
I've noticed when any of you play NPCs, you guys are way more heartless than you would on player characters.
Oh, by the way, Ryan, I'm Brian.
Hey, Brian, I'm Ryan. I like your name. I like most of your name. That B is a little offensive, but all right.
It's just like your name, but with tits.
Oh, shit. Good point.
And this actually is spelled like that. Yep. So needless to say, while they're doing that, Wu, do you just want to role play out some of the? I'm sure Phil has some questions on where you've been in the last 7 months.
Not really.
Yeah. So who's in the room? It's Phil. And the 2 7s are the 2 6s.
Yeah. And basically, Phil's the only one that you actually really know there.
Okay. Well, I imagine Phil and I are having a glass of whiskey and catching up.
Yeah. So it looks like you've had an experience or two.
Something like that. I think I had a lot to think about after everything that happened a few months ago with our friends falling and Madam Gibbons turning out to be more of an enemy than an ally than I had realized. Yeah, what was your character's name who died last year?
Enoch.
Enoch, right.
The funny thing is,
you really remembered him.
the funny thing is that my new character is also named Enoch, but he's Enoch Jr.
So I have a toast to Enoch.
But he goes by Chaska.
Yeah, and they had and Moon seems to be walking around there and seems to be staring at Treasured Guest a lot, and Treasured Guest seems to be staring back. In the realms of it, seems like the two of them are talking to each other, and Treasured Guest, you hear his voice in your head, Phil, saying, do you mind if I show Moon around the place a bit?
Oh, no, feel free.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'll ask, so how did you just get out of here, Enoch? Not Enoch,
Woo.
Woo. Now you got me thinking of Enoch, and I'm getting a little misty-eyed. How did he just sneak away from everybody? Damn impressive.
This carriage is still Harrogate, and like Harrogate, if you don't want to be found, you're not going to be. And I needed to spend some time alone for a while.
And you ended up getting stuck in the deep umbra as well.
Yeah, I meditated. I was deeply meditating on the past events and my role in them, and ended up slipping into the deep umbra and this realm of abstractions, where I found Moon in a deep slumber, where he'd been there for, was it decades or centuries? It was centuries, right?
Yeah.
He'd been in slumber, a meditative slumber near almost to nirvana, but I convinced him to come back and sacrifice himself for the great right. And then that way, karma be willing, true nirvana will await him.
Who, what?
He also has, Agmar points out, and he says, rumors spreading very quickly also on what's happening here. And the spirits are now, the spirits and all the Gaian spirits are knowing what this stagecoach is up to. So we do have to be cautious. Great. We do have to be cautious. We have a lot of allies, but we also have a lot of enemies.
Don't suppose there's any way to shut them up, right?
They're spreading the word, and some of it's actually, as we mentioned before, it's putting a lot of the legends of other tribes at risk. They're actively being hunted now.
Hey, Barney.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you saw what I wrote.
Stupid gasping spirits.
Like a sewing circle.
Yeah.
All right, so you're finding out.
So, Phil, are you going to introduce me to your friend here, or am I just going to have to stare at him?
Yeah,
I kind of thought people would introduce themselves, but this is Wu. Wu has been a long-time badass in our crew, and has apparently just came back from a trip to the Deep Umbra.
Come have a drink with me.
But he is a stargazer. He has dealt with a lot more shit than I have, and all-around righteous dude. as the kids say. But yeah, I believe he's a galliard, if I recall correctly.
Indeed, you do, my friend.
Barney, what did you say?
I'm just typing it out.
Okay.
Well, since Phil seems to have swallowed his tongue along with his whiskey, thanks for introducing me. I am Kate. I am a Ragabash Black Fury.
No, honestly, I'm surprised. I thought you two had met already at some point.
When he says Black Fury, I kind of do the Vulcan arched eyebrow.
Part of the Black Furies who are not against us.
You mean there's somebody who's not against us?
Yeah, well, I don't think we've given a lot of them enough time to be against us yet.
Anybody got a deck of cards?
I always have a deck of cards.
Well, it seems like we got nothing better to do.
Well, we do have a few, as you notice with your new guests, we do have a few elders around our area, so been trying to keep them from murdering each other, us, everybody. That's been keeping me fairly busy.
It's increasingly seems like that you are all acting as like the people that are in those like underground nuclear warhead bunkers, just making sure no one presses the button.
Right? I honestly have been week to week assuming the time we haven't been playing is me keeping people from going crazy and doing something that will kill us all. I mean, I assume the normal people are getting stir crazy. I assume the Gera are getting stir crazy. I assume all the 6th ranked are really getting crazy because they're leaving the homes they haven't left for years. So I'm assuming it's a lot like herding cats at the moment.
Where is the carriage now?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and you guys have Hardstone. Obviously, the Cairn Waters. He's kind of patrolling the outside, making sure nothing happens. And I'm positive that
I'm quite happy with these sucky rolls.
Maybe we won't see anything tonight. Maybe it'll just be us shooting the shit with Wu for 2 hours. Yeah, but Barney, I honestly assume that no one's really comfortable right now, so most of my time is "quote unquote" pressing the flesh, and only in the dirty way every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, there's you hear a few rumblings of some of the you know that the reason why the Agmar Roombreaker is in this room because there is a bit of tension between him and the High Lord Bellaforth. So.
Gee, you think?
Yeah. Man, I felt like something dangerous would be happening tonight, but everything feels okay.
Yeah, if they keep rolling like this, Barney, you're gonna have to do a little Game Master intercession.
Yeah, but Wu, you're familiar with what we're based. Well, yeah, you gathered a 6th rank, so you would be familiar with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've, in the words of Pokemon, caught about half of what people we need to.
Poke what now?
Exactly. But yeah, I don't think we've. I was about to say I don't think we've lost too many people, but the losses are beginning to mount a little bit.
Well, you lost
hopefully,
Where's Bob?
Bob Chaska and Arby are off collecting the Iron Rider 6th rank.
They get to rejoin civilization for a week or so.
All right.
They get to get all gussied up and go out into the big city. They can have it.
Roma, that was you got 1 success on that. That's fine. 2 successes, but okay. Yeah. All right. Let me see what.
So let's drink whiskey and play poker while we're waiting for those guys.
Waiting for those
I
guys
don't know how to play poker.
Yeah, Barney, are we keeping the stagecoach right now at a relatively stable position so they could come back and find us?
Yeah, you guys kind of parked it in the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mystical stagecoach parking.
And things that will come back to bite me, if we were going to stay for a bit, if anyone wants to get out of the stagecoach and like stretch your legs, be around normal stuff for a while, that's fine. I advise don't go too far because if shit blows up, we need to go quick.
How many other Chinese are in, what's this town called? Pittsburgh?
Probably at least one or two.
Maybe I'll stay inside.
Well, no, I mean, there's a decent population. I mean, it's not... I mean,
Never
there's...
been here. Never been here. Don't know.
Coming from the east, when I first stopped... when I left this area, I mean, okay, population weren't treated the best, but hopefully we've gotten a little bit more progressive. Not likely, but hopefully.
How long has it been? How long has it been since you've been here?
15 or 20.
Yeah, because nothing says progressive like 1890.
Okay. So are you? So you guys?
In 1890, they were really progressive for the 1700s.
All right. So are you guys all set then? Sag and Ryan and Dale.
Sorry. Say that again.
Are you guys all set?
Yeah. Did you see that last thing I'm writing?
Yeah.
And then I've got one more roll. I'm just trying to figure out what the roll is. So bear with me. Okay.
This is going to be fun.
So 2, 4.
And who else from the Kieran is gone now as well? Nana Boshar left. Hearthstone's still there.
Well, by left you mean died in a horrible fashion? Or stuck in a interdimensional plane she'll never return from? Because if so, yes, she did leave. I'm getting some really funky reverb.
That was pretty funky. That was like...
Yeah, it sounds like there's like 5 things being typed all at once.
Yeah.
Barney, I'm spending a willpower with this next roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been burning quintessence like crazy. So
okay.
Yeah,
So when you guys
on the force.
Okay, when you guys get there, Roma, from what you did, when you guys kind of approach, you see that
Barney, that last roll was what I'm writing right now.
Okay. Wow, 4 successes. Okay. And,
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Nice. But when you get there, you do see that Hardstone is completely incapacitated.
Okay.
Yeah. What you did.
But do I wait? So, isn't he the Cairn Warder?
Yeah.
So okay. So then, okay, we don't have any way of communicating. Chris, did you set up like some sort of mind conversation link with us?
Can
you
do that?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
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 I did that.
Okay, cool. Then I tell you that the Cairn Warder is incapacitated.
Oh.
Do I hear this too?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, let's try and move through unnoticed as possible.
Well, you should be able to. Since you're what's your auspice?
I am Urge.
So you should be able to pass through to the Umbra like I am.
Yeah.
So then all we need is for Ryan's character to...
Well, he could come with us then. I mean, everybody can go to the Umbra.
Yeah, he can step sideways.
Yeah, maybe we're overthinking this door thing.
I want to look into the pool of urine that I made on the wheel of the stagecoach. Use that as my reflection to step sideways.
Can we get this guy on our side?
You just kick RB out, and we're like,
with that line alone, he's infinitely more interesting than RB.
With that line alone, he's in charge.
I know. I should have made a bonar. That'd be a good bonar way. He's like, I gotta step sideways, just piss on the ground. It's like you always have a reflecting surface. If you got a full bladder, you're fine.
Ryan, did you see what I just wrote?
Me?
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
So I guess I realized that there's no Karen Werder to distract. So
Yeah, but at the same time, though, did you see what I just wrote? Like, the last two things.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So I'll walk up to the door of the stagecoach and I'll knock on it.
See
Okay.
How,
All
let's see
right.
how deep we can get, though. Well, okay. All right.
I'll go to Hamid form first.
Okay. All right. Now the two parties are connected. So Wu and Phil and Kate, you hear a knock at the stagecoach door.
I'll look over.
Okay.
Figure it's probably one of our.
Are we expecting somebody?
Well, yeah,
That
you're
could be
expecting
Bob.
you're expecting people to come back with rank 6.
I kind of assumed they would just open the door. I mean, are we locked from the inside?
No, but you know that the stagecoach, like how Harrogate cannot be, that no one can actually walk in unless the door is open. If once they've been in the stagecoach, they can come in and out as they please.
Okay, so this is
So if someone's knocking, it's somebody who hasn't been in before.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's probably not our friends.
Yeah.
Barney.
Should we pretend like we're not home?
Take a nice drink. What's that?
Barney, I'm spending a willpower.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my pistol.
I guess if no
which
one
is
else,
still loaded with silver bullets, by the way.
All right.
I guess if no one else will, I mean, I guess I'm the doorman here.
So, is there an obligation to answer? I put my hand on your shoulder before you go.
I kind of don't want someone standing outside all day without it opening and causing a disturbance or a ruckus. My thinking is, if it's someone who actually has to get permission to come in, they're probably not as big a threat as the people who don't need permission. And we don't want the people who don't need permission seeing someone standing outside waiting and drawing attention.
All right. So what do you do?
I don't know if that's particularly sound thinking.
And plus, we have Kate here with a gun.
By all means.
But if it makes you feel better, I'll go up to the door. Who is it?
Candy Grant.
Actually, no. Before he does that, when he does that, I will use my I use my mimicry gift.
Okay.
To sound like a little old white lady.
Okay.
So not like Kate.
Except Kate's not old.
Well, in Gary years.
Yeah. So I'll imitate whoever has been like the oldest female from the Cairn. I'll imitate their voice.
So that'd be Nana Boshar.
Nana Beauchard. So yeah, you'll hear Nana Beauchard's voice coming out of my mouth.
Okay.
All right, unless do you want me to roll for it?
Nah, I'm just fine to go. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. Yeah, so I just started talking like Nana Beauchard.
All right, what are you saying?
We're not taking any visitors at this time.
So we can talk through the door.
Yeah, go for it, Jericho.
I'm going to use commanding voice and say, open the door. I believe I have an automatic success
That's true.
for my ring.
Yeah.
I'll go. So do I have to roll?
You automatically succeed. Is there something that's against it, like a roll against?
I roll against willpower.
All right. Mike, what's your willpower?
My willpower is a wait for it, 6.
6. Difficulty of a 6. And is there a roll against that? Can he roll against it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Why would White Wolf let you roll against things?
Was that an error? That's an error. It must be an error. That sounds totally error.
It's a Hamid gift, actually.
Oh, it's a Hamid gift.
Level 2. Commanding voice.
Oh, okay.
Manipulation plus intelligence against willpower. For every success, the Garo may give a target one command that he must follow. Extra successes allow the werewolf to affect more targets or multiple.
Manipulation plus intimidation. All right.
All right, so I'll do it. Yeah, so I'll make that roll.
All right.
And I think I have a 1 automatic success for my fetish.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. You said I had a magic item, didn't I?
Yeah. You have a pretty cool magic item, actually.
6, you said?
Yeah.
Barney, this magic item doesn't help me. It's a cool one.
Find a way for it to help you then. It's like Cyclops. I mean, if all you have is eye beams, find a way to make the eye beams work.
All right. Would you get 2 successes?
Plus the
All right.
1, so 3.
3 successes. Affect the more targets. These commands be simple and target will never do anything that would cause him harm to himself or others. So technically, you don't know if this is going to cause harm to yourself or others. So, so what do you say?
Open the door.
Okay. All right, Phil, you're compelled to open the door. Because it's Schrodinger's cat. You can't. I honestly can't say that you know this is you're putting yourself in harm or not.
Right.
And to be very honest, I don't know if it is either.
If I see this Phil going to open the door,
Yeah.
I stop him. I keep him from opening the door.
With my extra successes, can I use it to affect other people that are hearing it as well?
Well, how many successes? If you got, what's your willpower? Woo.
7.
7. So I got 3 successes. I don't know if it's target or if it's an area of effect.
It's pretty vaguely worded, as are a lot of these gifts.
Yeah.
I think it's audibility.
Yeah. So it would affect you as well because it'd be 3 successes because he got 2 10s on that roll.
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it would make things more deadly.
Yeah.
So let's.
And as I said, that to be very honest, it says you can't do that to put yourself in harm's way. But right now, as I said, it's a Schrodinger's cat situation. And even as a storyteller, I have no idea if this is going to put you in harm's way or not. So, yeah. But it sounds like, but you do, because of the gift, you guys recognize it with your gnosis, and you know it's a Geru on the other side.
All right.
I mean, I'm trying. So, and this is just me. This is just Dale. Like, I'm trying to understand why you wouldn't open the door.
My thinking, after we just went over a discussion of like, hey, we got a lot of enemies and everyone's watching us. Right now, we have an unidentified party coming in. I think we'd like to get some identification or notice if they were coming, but I mean, I wouldn't be making
you have a secret knock?
Well, like, hey, who?
What I'm trying to understand is just like for me, the logic's just not there. But it's all good.
someone
Well, the logic is that anybody who belongs in the carriage would just walk in.
That's the kind of logic I'm going from, where we're not just like anyone comes by. It's like, hey, come on in.
Yeah,
But you don't have a choice.
Yeah, we're like
yeah, and plus keep in mind too that you're sharing a room with a rank 6 Geta Fenris. You can pretty much not have to worry about anything.
No, I mean with the gift, I'm definitely open the door. But
Yeah.
like for instance, like hey, Shadow Lords were checking. We heard about the caravan. I'd at least open the door and say, okay, what's up.
Yeah.
It's just generally so I know what's coming in before it comes in.
And that's a very Shadow Lordy thing to know, to make sure you have all the information ahead of time. You can ask, you're compelled to open the door, but you can still ask questions as you're opening the door.
And we just ain't trusting anybody right now.
Well, no, I'd be like, I'm commanded to open the door. I'm like, yeah. I'd be opening the door. It's like, okay, yeah. And while I'm opening the door, try to take a look, see if I recognize them.
Okay. You open the door, and you see upper right hand corner, you see this gentleman here in a old Civil War uniform, looks like.
All right.
Tall, dark, handsome man.
My heart going a flutter a little bit.
Yeah, he's totally. He smells Garu, 100%.
Is that the only person? I'm right behind. Since I got
the uniform blue or gray?
Oh, it's blue, man.
Hey there, friend. Come on in. Sorry, didn't recognize you as Garu.
All right, I come in.
Yep. Don't think we've met. Phil Katie.
My name is Jericho Steen.
I closed the door behind him.
I open. Okay, I true fear on Wu immediately.
You're rank 3. What rank are you, Wu? Are you still rank 3, right?
I'm 3, yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. That's all right. Yeah, he's not a higher rank or anything, so.
Barney, did you see my last message?
All right, let me check. Okay. Okay, is that okay. Okay.
So do I get 2 extra successes for strength and intimidation?
Can we roll? Can we roll initiative to see if he gets to act before I get to act?
It's not a.
I'd assume it's more of a surprise thing at the moment.
Yeah. It's
also, is this a fray?
Surprise!
Yeah.
Well, that just might add a modifier to the roll.
Okay.
Spirit of the fray, brah.
Spirit of the Fae, bro. All right, so you're doing True Fear. Roll your.
Do I see him?
Hang on, Ryan. Roll your intelligence rituals. Difficulty of a 6. No, Ryan.
Right. Oh, okay.
That is not going to get old.
Not Boob Ryan. Ryan.
Jericho.
Jericho, roll your
Did you
intelligence.
say 6?
Yes, difficulty of a 6.
I was saying Boo Ryan.
Boo Ryan. All right, with 3 successes, you know that from a Garu cultural perspective, it's probably not a good idea to come into another cairn and chew fair somebody right away. It's got to be more. It's got to be more of like a ritual. Like I have a grudge with you, and we're gonna do this in like a ritualistic like combat thing. So I'm just saving you this time so you don't get a battle scar from the Get Fenris that's in the room.
That I doubt your true fear is going to work on.
You never know until you try.
There's got to be a roll.
Gotta be a roll. but all I'm saying is there has to be a roll.
I want to do it anyway. Screw you.
What's
See,
your
Barney, this is what you're talking about with NPCs.
what's your auspice, Ryan?
He's a
Aaron.
Oh yeah, he might do it anyway.
Yeah.
I was looking for an intelligence additive, but that's just not happening with an Aaron.
all right. What was that? It was an Aaron. That's an Aaron.
Well,
What are you doing? True fear?
Granted, the roll means I know that I'm not supposed to do it.
Yes, the roll means that you know you shouldn't do it.
So do we get to roll initiative?
He has to do this first because it's not a combat.
Strength, intimidation, difficulty of trying to remember.
Target's
7.
willpower. So difficulty of an 8. Yeah.
Also, do I get 2 successes automatically?
No, just 1. No, sorry.
Ah.
I know.
Ooh, 0.
All right, we'll play it out.
So, well, I don't think true fear is an actual physical thing. Yeah. I'm just going to stare him down with my brooding humor.
So, Woo, you close the door behind him, and he glares at you, and you can kind of sense a spark of gnosis, like he was trying to supernaturally intimidate you.
And I say, you should be afraid. And I look around and you should all be afraid.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Son, have a seat. Falling touch.
All right, Phil.
You get Spirit of the Fray, man?
Yeah, he's got Spirit of the Fray.
Well, you mentioned, all right, Phil. I mean, it sounds like Woo's doing something while I'm just kind of observing and seeing all this rapidly fall apart real quick.
Yeah, I saw that, Dale. Yeah.
And
okay. Is there anything that they notice with that at all? Would there be
I mean, I guess that's your call. But other than they might feel.
Okay. After some of there's a conversation. Woo, you tell him to come down and have a seat. Phil, you don't know why he's coming here in the first place, and then he just says you need to be afraid. Is he warning you about something? Is he coming from the cairn that Bob and Chaska, and these are the thoughts that you're having. You're guessing he smells like he's an Iron Rider. They left about 2 hours ago. Then you have this Iron Rider show because you guys need to be afraid.
Yeah, I'm using falling touch, Barney. When I put my hand on his shoulder and I tell him to have a seat, falling touch.
Okay.
Ooh.
So Phil, this is you as a SEP leader. Maybe your friends are in danger. He needs to start talking to let you know what's going on.
Yeah, should I wait to see what happens with Brian's falling touch, or should I start now?
No, I think the falling touch happens. There's no roll against it, I don't think.
Well, it's dexterity medicine at a difficulty of the opponent's strength athletics.
Strength athletics. What's your strength athletics?
Oh wait, let me double check that. Falling touch. Where'd it go?
Is touching someone a combat move, Barney?
Stamina athletics.
Stamina athletics. That would be a combat move.
Okay, so he gets to act, right?
Well, what does it do?
It enables you to go first in all combat.
Well, no,
what
that's
does
Spirit of the
falling
Fray.
touch do?
What I'm saying is he doesn't get a free jab.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't a jab. I put my hand on his shoulder as I was talking to him.
That's why I asked him if that's considered combat for Barney.
So I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, "Son, you need to have a seat," and then I do falling touch.
Yeah, but he came in. He came in looking for a battle. So
Plus, it says the werewolf can attack first in any given turn. So, yeah.
Again, the vagueness of werewolf.
Yeah, and this falls into me with the vagueness of White Wolf. I'm technically not attacking him. I'm just blowing up something right next to him. I think with that initiating an action against him, it could theoretically, he could view it as an attack.
The true fear.
I mean, ultimately, it comes down to like Barney, right? Like, are we role playing or are we role playing, right? ROLL or ROLE?
Yeah, I would say for the sake of the ROLE play that I would say that the true fear failed, and then his response would be the spear, that part. So obviously you'd get to go first after if you feel that this is an attack.
I mean, Jericho would slap his hand away whether he feels like he's in a fight or not.
But then slapping the hand away would still be a touch. So,
right, that would be a block or a dodge or something along those lines. Which,
all right, for the sake of the as the story progresses, go ahead and roll it.
Okay, what's your stamina athletics?
7.
Okay.
Difficulty of 7, and that is under what? That's a Galliard gift.
I am not sure.
I think it's a Stargazer. No, it's not a Stargazer. It's gotta be Galliard though.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. 2 successes.
All right, so role play it out. You touch him, tell him to kind of sit down.
Yeah. He gets in my face and said, "You need to be afraid." And I'm like, "Son, have a seat." Put my hand on his shoulder.
I'll say you don't understand. You need to be afraid.
All right, let's all calm down for a second. What's going on?
Does he fall on his ass?
What are we?
He sits down.
What should we be afraid of? Someone give me an explanation. What's going on? Are you from Pittsburgh?
I am from Pittsburgh.
All right.
You can tell by his accent because he says gum band.
All right. What are we afraid of? What's happening?
The mages. You all need to be afraid. All of the people in this cart and out of it. Are all your people here?
I look at Phil and just shake my head.
Can we hear him in our heads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spirit of the Fray. Hey, Barney.
Yeah.
Spirit of the Fray is a werewolf. Is an heirloom.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you were looking up? Yeah, it's rank 3, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now-
Spirit of the
No, it's
Fray
rank
is
2.
level 2 heirloom.
Okay. Yeah, Spare the Fray. Yeah, I found that. I was just looking for Falling Touch. That's the one I was
Yeah,
looking
I think it's a
okay.
Stargazer thing, but I'm not sure.
for. Yeah. So, you guys see Agmar Roombreaker kind of perk up, his eyes lift a bit, and he stares at the he stares at Jericho, and he says, "Something's wrong here."
So Jericho has a twitch in his eye, by the way. Like, you all can probably see that he's not maybe all there. He has a little bit of a thing going on in one of his eyes. And he says,
That doesn't have a suspicion at all.
I can show all of you. I can take you to them.
All right, I'm always. Let me check. Yep, there is a flaw. Curiosity. Yeah, I'm in. Show me what's happening.
So,
Who gives you like, are you kidding me? Look.
Yeah. Kate's giving him the exact same look.
Well, no, if this is obvious,
She is-
if this is as dangerous as he's saying, and it's a trap, only I'll be gone. If
She
it's
is pointing her gun at Jericho, by the way.
If it's not super dangerous, I can at least check out what's happening, then come back to the camp with a full story and recommendations, since we're kind of getting some vague details right now.
Seeking path.
I mind speak with all the other Geru in the room except for this newcomer guy. Like, Phil, this is clearly a trap.
Do you know how many traps I've been caught in so far? If it's a trap, I should be able to get out. If it's a serious situation, well,
All right,
I'll be the bait and they'll be distracted killing me, and you could kind of figure out what's happening.
So who is in the room right now with me?
You,
Who are the NPCs, rather?
the Agmar Runebreaker, and the players. Agmar Runebreaker is the only rank 6 that's in there now.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
You see Seeking Path. You hear his voice echo through the entire place. He goes, we're being attacked. He said, his voice echoes out.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, you hear a voice of a Geru voice saying that.
And I say, that's what I'm telling you.
Who's attacking where?
Something's in here. Something very strong.
I'll kind of like look in a circle real quick. There's nothing happening in this room, right?
No, other than him.
Where?
I can take you to them.
I'm following him because at least he has a direction right now.
All right.
So Barney, when after he says that we're under attack, I'm going to spend a gnosis point to activate my staff.
Okay.
Where the fuck did my character sheet just go?
I took it. Sorry.
It was an amazing route he just did. Take over someone's character sheet.
Oh, perception dodge.
Actually, I'm going to do something way cooler.
All right, Kate, what are you doing? Is there a smell to that, Dale? Would you say?
I mean, I would do my best to mask it.
Okay. Everybody roll your perception alertness difficulty of 8.
It wouldn't smell nearly as good as your patchouli.
My incense stick I'm burning. God, I love this.
Am I rolling too?
Yep. And would that affect Jericho as well? It must, right? You can't.
Yeah, but look higher. Look higher in the string. You'll see. I did something for him.
Oh, okay.
So, Barney, there's -2 die pool to hit me.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you guys are kicking some. Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have put that on your character sheet. That you could have 1 rank 6 gift. Sag. Yeah.
Oh, did you read what I'm going to do?
Yeah. What is it?
If we get out of there, they're not going to be able to see.
Okay. Oh wow, that's awesome. All right.
So essentially, I'm going to go the Weaver way.
Okay. Was that what you're saying?
Well,
Pittsburgh.
All right. All right. What were their successes? What did you guys roll? You don't have to worry about botching on this. I'm not going to worry about a botch on it.
I got 2.
2, 2, Woo 2.
2 is full. 2 is for my staff. Was there something else?
Okay, 2, Phil 2, Kate. So you guys.
Perception alertness, Brian.
What?
Perception alertness.
Oh, perception. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I didn't roll perception alertness yet. I'm gonna roll that. That's 2
So,
is for my staff.
Kate and Phil, you guys smell. There's a gas. There's an unnatural smell that's emitting in through the air, and it's making you all feel a little bit weak.
Barney, you see my latest?
Okay. And suddenly you guys you feel the carriage shake a bit, and it seems to be moving.
All right. Kate, keep an eye on our new friend. I'm going to go outside the carriage to see what's happening.
All right, I'll keep the entire time I've had my pistol on Jericho, I will continue to hold it on him.
Okay.
I'll go out with you, Phil.
All right, the carriage begins. You get out and you see that the carriage is actually like. You go open the door and you see that there's speeding cobblestones.
Are we being pushed, or can I see what's moving us?
No. Sag, what's happening to the mayor? Are you?
I'll send you a message.
Okay.
So Barney,
Yeah.
Woo, I'll grab the upper rim of the door frame and lift myself up and roll up on top of the carriage.
Okay. Both of you guys roll your gnosis. Difficulty of a 6. Okay.
That would be a goose egg.
1.
All right. And so is the gauntlet? Is it? Trying to think. Is that? Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. All right. You hear the I'm trying to think. So you guys get out there and you see that the carriage is basically taking off, and it looks like the mayor is the horse, obviously right now, and he seems to be entranced, not able to control what he's doing. He seems to be like a horse that's gone scared and is galloping. What do you guys do?
Barney, do we see them?
Yep.
All right. Know any way to calm him, Woo?
I'm not so good with horses.
Did you guys find a way? You guys went outside, right? And you guys are on top of the stagecoach?
I'm on top of the stagecoach. I don't know
Yeah.
if you came up with me, but
That's the only way. I would either be on top or I'd probably be hanging out the door at this one as I'm first taking in what's happening.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Is there anybody in the seat, like the carriage seat?
See, a part of the stagecoach is almost like like an automaton or something, like just a fake inconspicuous body that's basically a part of the stagecoach.
So, but we don't see anyone actively pushing it or riding it forward.
I don't know. Can you guys tell me that?
Are you asking us?
Yeah.
Only if they're in the Umbra.
Okay. No, they're not.
I'm going to come down into the seat then and grab the reins of the horse and try to get the horse to rein in.
Okay, so that would be a physical roll against whatever roll that you guys want to do.
Pick something really low.
You need the plan, Barney. You need to tell us what to roll to do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a sea of things.
Yeah, I think having prep time was probably a bad idea.
What was that?
Giving Chris and I prep time was probably a bad idea. Like we're like such planners that like.
Yeah. So make that call on yourself for the sake of the story. If there's something that Wu rolls against, I'm just having him try to grab the reins.
I mean, from our perspective, like from my character's perspective, it's probably going to be like a some sort of tech role, like or like because he's basically trying to take control of something that we are controlling via the spirit realm.
Right.
So, like, I would say it would probably be something along the lines of like even just like an intelligence, like computer or technology role, something along those lines. Just because he's having to figure out essentially, like, how do I get control of this horse that's completely out of control in a metaphorical kind of way.
So it'll be a wits drive. It would be because but it's riding, so that would be the equivalent of that.
Yeah, I could do wits drive. I could do wits enigmas if there's something I need to figure out.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's an enigma so much as because it's more tech. From our perspective, it's a tech spirit side.
Okay.
And also remember what's crawling around in there now, Barney. So that should make it really hard as well.
All right, so the higher the difficulty.
Right, exactly.
All right, so it'd be, I would make it like so it's not, there's something about it that's preventing it. Something spiritual is happening. And so for you to figure this out, initially make kind of like a wits, either like a technology, but the equivalent of technology would be on your character sheet would be like a computer or enigmas or something like that. Science.
Or drive. I mean, technically, it's like driving the stagecoach.
Yeah, it'll be a difficulty of an 8 for you because there's something.
Tell me what I'm rolling.
I would make it a wits drive difficulty of an 8 because there's something that you have to figure out about why there's something happening. You're basically you're smart enough to know that somebody is kidnapping the stagecoach.
Okay. And a difficulty of an 8?
Yeah.
All right. See what happens. 1
success. You know enough that you can't stop it from happening. You can't figure you can't stop it what's happening. Right. But you know that there is something has taken over the stagecoach and is taking it away.
Okay. Have I ever seen this like automaton thing?
It's always been there.
It's always been there? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it acting any differently than it normally acts?
Nope.
Okay.
Barney, did you see my last
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah. Roll your gnosis, Brian. Difficulty of a 7.
Okay. Using my mind speak I established the mind speak earlier. I call out to the people still inside the carriage. Send out a thurge. And rolling gnosis, Barney.
Yeah. Roll gnosis, difficulty of a 7.
Botch.
What'd you do, Botch?
Yep.
Your staff stops. Your staff loses its power, loses its charge, basically.
Motherfucker.
While he's doing this, I'd probably be searching the stagecoach to see if there's anything or anyone else on it. Like, just kind of running my hand over the area, just seeing if there's anyone invisible, for instance, because we've run into those before.
Sag,
Yeah.
you hear a voice in your head.
Which one?
Seeking Path.
A new one?
Yeah. Well, you hear Seeking Path's voice in your head.
Who's Seeking Path?
He's the Octena Thurge. You've met him. Yeah,
he's the one that's in there.
Yeah.
It says what?
Alexa. Oh no, I should
play rap music.
I know I shouldn't have said. Now, why did I name her that? No, yes. Now I gotta unplug a mic.
Alexa, set an alarm for 3 a.m.
Yeah, my headphones are on. She can't hear shit.
Alexa, order 1 fleshlight. Send to my work address.
You hear Seeking Path say, Spark. Okay, Spark speaker is easier. He says, "What are you doing?"
We're defending Gaia. This is not the way.
So are we.
We can tame the Weaver spirit. You don't have sufficient strength. You're not going to be able to get all of them to work together. We're not here to hurt anybody. But we can't allow you to screw this up. If we fail, then you got your shot.
Alexa, cause an echo.
I know, it's fucking brutal right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder who has the.
Oh, everything is glitched as fuck for me.
Is it?
It sounds like back when John was on the call.
All right, somebody has their things on fucking device, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like everybody's fucking max headroom right now.
Max, headroom.
Exactly. Exactly that.
I'm looking at my audio. No, my audio is fine.
I haven't changed my audio.
When it's audio, it's always Brian.
Here, let me get on and off and just see what happens.
Maybe we're in the Umbra.
Is this what the Umbra sounds like?
What the Umbra sounds like. All right.
So what a bad trip sounds like.
Dave, you must step out into space.
Right.
We're going to kill you.
Oh wait, I can get. I don't end the broadcast if I jump off. No, continue broadcast. No, that didn't work. No. I wonder if it's me. I'm going to turn my mic on mute and see if it still echoes.
Someone just said. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Do you want to just close out the session and start a whole new hangout?
No, it's gone now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, it was gone.
Brian,
Jinxed it.
Yeah, we can try it.
did somebody mute you with their audio?
Why would it? Why is it echoing?
What would even you have to do to cause this to happen?
So if you have a second computer in the room and it's logged into the same Hangout or something like a second window,
Yeah.
what happened?
Hey, Brian, talk again because you're not echoing.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're not echoing.
Oh. Here, let me log off and maybe I'll try logging back in. I don't know if something happened on my side. Here, I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right.
All right, is the echo
Told
gone?
you it was
Yeah,
Brian's fault.
yeah,
So you're not echoing now, right?
yeah.
No.
No echo.
No echo.
I mean, Chris said it, so.
Yeah, while we're waiting for Brian, God, I hate White Wolf when you get to a high level.
You become gods, basically.
No, I mean, there is no balance, and you're spending 15 minutes on every role discussion. It's awful.
I don't know. I don't completely agree with that, but when you get to L playing, then yeah, it becomes like this arduous discussion of bullshit.
So, Spark Speaker, you hear another voice in your head, and it's you hear a woman's
Down,
voice,
man.
and
So you guys probably hear it too if it's in my head, right?
not if it's that one way.
Oh, I see.
And you hear a voice that says,
Welcome back, Brian.
I'm back.
That's a funny voice in Spark Speaker's head.
she said, and she says, so we've found out who our visitor is. Brian, you got headphones or something? No, sometimes it works. No, that's good. All right. Seeking Path says, Spark Speaker, why don't you come down here and let's discuss this?
I don't think I'd be able to compel you to the I think I'll be able to compel you to let me just take the Stagecoach.
The Stagecoach is protecting all of us. You know what's out there. If you take this Stagecoach, we're all going to die. We're either going to die trying to save Gaia, or we're going to get killed by Banes or any other enemy that's after us. What can we do to make sure this ends peacefully? As of now, I'm blocking this entire conversation from our Get friend and our Silver Fang friend.
Trying to think, Barney, how much leeway would I have? You need to let us do what we need to do first. You need to let us try and use the Weaver. I think that's what is not going to work for you. if we can't remove the Weaver, or if we can't use it to destroy the storm, we cannot comprehend that you'll be able to stop it.
You hear another voice. It kind of has a kind of a brogue to it. His treasured guest. He says, I would be happy, and I think Seeking Path and Shadia as an agreement, I would be happy to stall the process a bit and allow your group to do what you need to do first. How much time do you need? The storm meter is getting closer every day, but if we slow our process of gathering legends,
Barney, is that enough?
That's up to you, man.
Okay. Well, I'm saying the character is coming from a certain angle.
Right.
SAG's sensibilities would be work together. That's not the way the game works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you firmly believe what your group, the Binder Pack, is doing is right, because you're coming from that Weaver perspective. If there is a Weaver spirit, a giant spirit that is that powerful enough to be engulfed into the Storm Eater, then there's a way to save that. You basically want to do surgery on the. Basically, you guys want to do surgery.
Yeah.
And being able to do that you'll be able to learn more about how to capture
the worm. Yeah.
The worm. They see this as we need to drop a nuclear bomb and kill 14 legends at the same time and sacrifice.
Your
way is more your way is more wisdom, their way is more honor and glory, basically.
Yes, slow the process. Give us a chance. We'll shoulder the opening foray.
And if you succeed, then we don't need to die.
That is acceptable. How will you slow your quest?
Some people could be harder to find than others. We know where all the legends are. If there's a way that we can slow that with our charges, we're a pretty exclusive club. And you kind of hear that as in like a point of like camaraderie when a treasured guest says that.
This is acceptable. Now do I, Barney, do I my contingent needs to stall you a bit with the stagecoach. How can we allow you to find it a little bit later? I'm sure you'll be fine between now and then.
We're in the stagecoach. We're not getting out of the stagecoach.
What?
We're not getting out of the stagecoach. That's what Seeking Path says.
Well, how about you go for a ride with me then? Get the others out.
Okay. Let's see here. Outside of the stagecoach, you are still So Mike, what are you doing?
I was trying to take a look around the coach, see if there's anyone else on here.
Okay.
Anything else going on? Anything I could detect from the stagecoach itself?
There is something. There is, and what I was the same thing I was telling Wu about. Wu is on top of it with the, right, so getting on top, and his staff stops working. You sense there's a lot of magical things that are happening to the stagecoach, and it is running away. And what's your gnosis rating? You've got a 2 or 3 on gnosis.
I have a 4.
A 4? Okay. Yeah, that's, you can't, trying to think, is there anything, Dale, that he could sense?
I mean, he'd probably have like, well, actually, Wu, what's Wu's gnosis?
Permanent or temporary?
Current, like temporary.
5.
I mean, he probably would. Phil would probably sense less than Wu does, but they basically would just sense that there's some sort of like. They would probably just think of it as like some kind of spirit work, something, you know, and or almost like certainly from Rose's perspective or Roma's perspective, she'd be doing it like from a technological way, right? Like she's just overriding the system as far as she's concerned.
Yeah, so it's you sense like there's Weaver spirits that seem to be kidnapping the stagecoach.
Okay. Well, remember, I used mind speak to talk to the people that I connected with inside the coach, and I said send out a thurge.
Okay.
If I knew spirits are involved when I had an opportunity, I'd probably pop in the Umbra.
Okay.
Because I don't know better.
And Kate and Jericho. Kate, you still have your gun pointed there. You feel a bit weak from the gas that's being in there, and so do you, Jericho. You have your conversation. What are you talking? What are you saying, Kate?
I'm not saying a word.
Okay.
I'm just holding the gun on him. He so much as flinches, I'm putting a new hole in him.
You hear a voice in your head say, send out a thurge.
I'll look down at Runebreaker. I think they need you outside, old man.
He gets up and he disappears, basically. He gets up and kind of walks away, walks towards the door, but then like disappears in midair.
If I have to spend a willpower, I will to shake off the effects of the gas.
It's more of a stamina thing than a willpower thing. How many turns is that anyway? Is there any combat turns for that for the gas?
It was 2 successes. So is that that's current? It's not current round. It's current setting. Would that be right? I think so.
Yeah.
Scene.
Yeah, probably scene.
All right. You'd have to be out of being out of the best thing to do is to be out of the gas isn't poisonous, but it's making you kind of weak and sleepy more than anything else.
Well, I'm not leaving my charge, so I'm sworn to protect these people. They're still in here. I'm not leaving.
Okay. Mike, when you step sideways, you see crawling up on top of the on top of the stagecoach, and you guys are both in the Umbra, correct?
Yeah, but we're both invisible.
Okay.
I've got blissful ignorance, and I think Dale's
and I made myself invisible with like 4 successes.
Okay.
We sneaky.
You see, Mike, that Agmar Runebreaker turns Krenos. So you see a big ass gray scarred up limping badass motherfucker Krynos werewolf that's sniffing the air. He goes, I smell someone here. I'm just gonna start swinging till I see blood.
So, Barney, when I see Phil go step sideways, I'll use inner light to step sideways.
Okay.
How about you check the spirit that's actually like moving the coach before you start swinging?
And Barney,
Yeah.
using my brand new gift.
Yeah.
What is the way to be seen when movement is like a dream? Something is not as it seems. So the cunning
right?
koan cut through any falsity, illusion, or bullshit. Can even find Bastet Den realms with this gift.
Okay.
So wits plus expression and spend a gnosis point.
Okay, and Phil, I'll let you roll some sort of politics or etiquette or leadership to appease Agmar Runebreaker's ego to see if he can not make anything worse.
I say in my mind to them, Agmar's here. Do we have an accord, or am I leaving with the coach?
I assume it'd be charisma leadership, Barney. What's the role while you're deciding on the response to Chris?
Difficulty of a 7.
I got this shit. Yeah, mediocre.
Role play it out. What do you say to him?
Agmar, first thing we have to do is get ourselves in a stable spot where the coach is not going to crash itself. Let's fix that, then let's start swinging. Once the coach moves, I could jump off and you can start swinging at everybody. Once the coach stops, sorry.
He crouches near the back of the stagecoach, ready to pounce, and he says, I'll give you Cubs 2 minutes to fix this. If not, then I'll do what I need to do.
2 successes on my gift, Barney.
Okay.
Wait, who are you talking to?
And what does that gift do again, Brian? Sorry.
The character can cut through any falsity, illusion, or bullshit with a few choice words.
Okay.
That must be in the form of a short haiku, poem, or koan.
Okay.
Plus expression and spend a gnosis point. Any illusion designed to fool others is revealed as such. Even Bastet Den realms can be discovered with this gift.
I'm wondering, would that be inclusive of? That's a rank 3 gift.
Yeah.
What's that gift that you did, Sag?
Blissful ignorance is, I think, only a rank 2 or 3 or something like that.
Okay.
So it'd probably be able to see through it. However, when they are in the Umbra, I think they would be able to see the giant spider that's probably crawling over everything.
Right.
And
so
Barney,
Yep.
All right. Sorry, Barney. I just sent you something else.
All right.
So what do I see, Barney?
Is this like Wild Wild West, a giant mechanical spider?
Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
Blissful ignorance is rank 2, so yeah, it should probably see through it.
Okay. Yes. We can do that. That will happen, Dale, because I think cinematically that's going to be a fun scene.
Yeah, exactly.
You peer through and you see those 2 women in the corner, the upper right-hand corner.
I see 4 women in the upper right-hand corner.
One of them's trans. It's okay. It's different.
Roma Hall
upper.
and Spark Speaker. I'm not saying her first name because I'm not going to set that thing off.
But is it this woman?
Yeah.
I'm guessing left and right of Jericho.
Yeah. And that one. No.
Oh, okay.
That one. Spark
Top
Speaker.
3, upper right.
Yeah. No, the other 2, Constance, Prudence Allen, and Celestine Arthur, were mainly just for Sag and Dale and Ryan's, so they have a face to the name.
Never liked them.
So I see those 2 women, and where are they?
They're tell them where we are, guys.
So I would be so the woman with the glasses, she would be essentially standing at a fairly good distance away from you, pointing a gun at you, yeah, I don't know where. Chris, where's your character at?
Probably next to the horse. Probably chatting with like how you imagine like a fancy lady just probably out just like petting the horse. And to punctuate to both the other Thurges, I go, Agmar has given us a minute and a half before I make a decision. You should stop this.
As soon as I see the woman pointing a gun at me, I'm going to use Wind's Returning Favor. Spend 1 willpower point and roll Dexterity Athletics. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can use that. It's in response to opponent's close range melee attack. Oh, it's only for like close range melee attacks. I guess I can't use it. So never mind.
Okay.
I say to Wu, just give us time. There's no need for action right now. Your leaders are speaking.
Then you can put that gun down.
I'm protecting myself.
You see Wu talking
I'm
to the
protecting
air.
my home.
Mike.
Who's ever talking, let's just go in the stagecoach and talk about this. Nothing important is going to change in the next 1 minute. Everyone stop in the coach now. Order.
I say to Wu, it sounds like your gentleman is giving you orders.
And ladies first, of course. But everyone, let's stop and talk this out. I don't want to die here, so let's take that possibility off the table.
Make yourself seen to the rest. I say that to the group.
I just give you a reaction of like, who are you to command me? Like, fuck is that?
Barney, I'm hitting you up with some messages.
Okay.
It's go time for them to decide. Otherwise.
All right. So, all right. What was your question then?
Whose question?
Yeah, you asked them too.
I go, we need to leave here with the if you're not leaving the stagecoach, why don't we take a ride?
Where are we going?
No, this is in my head.
Okay.
Oh.
Seeking Path says, what do you need? We can give you a delay. That's our compromise.
But our season's cliffhanger ended with the stagecoach being gone.
No, it's gonna
gone.
It is no, it'll come back. The point is that however we role play it out, we're gonna have everybody back together again.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's already on. It's already traveling. Remember, I said they saw the combo zones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was feeling that pressure, Barney.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, you're.
No,
no, it's already left. You guys already are in the midst of taking.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better to this.
Yeah.
Continuity secured.
Yeah.
Then I appear. I go, well, let's talk.
Fantastic. Holy shit. Finally someone calming down. Everyone in the coach then?
Nope.
No. You see Agmar stand up, stretch up a bit, and stare at you, Spark Speaker.
Hi, Agmar.
And he goes, I haven't seen you since Arcadia's Gateway. And he kind of like comes over and kind of gives you the Hercules handshake.
I chortle. And
Oh, so Agmar's buddy was stealing the coach?
Yeah. She's not the only one. There's another one here with a gun who hasn't revealed herself yet.
Who were you talking to earlier anyway?
I point in the direction of Goggles.
I can't see anything.
Who's in charge here?
I thought I was, but apparently you're having a discussion with someone else.
Seeking Path.
I'll be talking to Seeking Path, but I am theoretically in charge for at least the next 90 seconds.
You're collecting the legends?
Rank.
Seeking Path had negotiated a...
Seeking Path says, you hear that in your head.
What?
You hear Seeking Path go, use your words carefully now, he says.
I just say, damn you.
He goes, I don't want the Cubs to know our decision.
You say that out loud?
No, Seeking Path says that too.
No, I'm talking about the damn you.
I say that in my head.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's Treasured Guest says that. Treasured Guest is the one that made the deal.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeking Path is 3/4 crazy right now.
The Stormbreaker Path, Barney? Is that what it was?
Stormbreaker. Let me check my notes. It was a Stormbinder or Ben told you Stormbinder pack. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a part of the Stormbinder pack. You may have heard of what we're doing. We're all 6th-ranked Thurges.
Iron Rider Thurges.
Iron Rider Thurges. We value the Weaver spirit that has attached itself to the coming Maelstrom.
All right, and this will be so. For the sake of the scene, you guys are having this conversation inside the stagecoach.
So they walk in and they see me still holding a gun on Jericho.
I pat Jericho on the shoulder. I go, "Nice job. We couldn't have done this without you."
When she pats me on the shoulder, I move my head sort of like a cat against her hand.
Anybody I don't know I'm basically moving the gun back and forth.
If her gun goes on Alexa, I will immediately do jam gun and attempt to disarm her.
You feel that the atmosphere has changed more, has kind of evolved to be more cordial now.
So Barney, did I go inside as well?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
I'm still having my gun at the ready.
Okay.
So when Kate has her gun flashing back and forth, I'm more or less doing the same thing.
Okay.
Hey guys, I have a fun idea. How about everyone aims their gun at me right now so no one gets shot by accident?
Phil, I'm more likely to shoot you on purpose.
Go for it.
I personally don't care.
I have a gun, Barney.
Yeah. No.
I pull out a bottle and grab just a big handful of shot glasses and start pouring.
You see, Seeking Path comes into the room. As does Shadia. Basically, every rank 6 except for the Silver Fang.
Phil, are these our guests?
Yeah. Apparently, they're friends with a few other of our guests here.
All right, I'll lower my gun then.
All right, and I'll let go ahead, Spark Speaker, and tell your story.
I look to Kate and I say, they have a thing or two to learn about etiquette.
That's all right. So do I.
Well, we weren't initially here to talk.
We noted.
You might still get a slug in your ass as you leave.
Probably not.
You wouldn't say that to a rank 6. All right, go ahead, Sag. Sorry.
I'm a part of the Stormbreaker pack, the Iron Rider 6 rank Thurges. We've already collected our pack of legends, and we only wish to delay your process so we can do what needs to be done. If we fail, by all means, do what you want to do. But there is value to the Weaver Spirit. Simply just destroying the entire thing, there's at least a chance.
And what if you fuck it up? What if you make it stronger? Then what?
I shrug my shoulders and I go, that argument could be said if you do what you do before we do what we do. I mean, there's nothing behind that.
Yeah, I say.
I think.
Shut up, Yankee.
What are you trying to do, and what can't? What are the potential side effects?
The potential side effect?
Yeah, I've been left in the dark by seems about everyone right now.
Well, if we fail, you may or may not have to do it. Or if we succeed, you won't have to all die. Looking at the 6 ranks. If we weaken it, if we take the Weaver Storm out, it becomes less powerful. You will have an easier time with it. Or somehow, I guess we could make it more powerful. I have no idea how we would do that, but maybe that's a third option for the skeptics.
All right. What's the cost? What do we lose by? What do you need, or what do we lose by having you attempt it?
Well, the cost has already been paid. We didn't take it. You just need to slow down.
So you don't need anything from us. You just need time.
We need time.
How much?
Let's just say she says something, and that's how much time. Because I have no idea as the player.
All right, I have a plan. How about we both keep doing what we're doing, and when one of us gets close, we call the other, we have a meeting, and we discuss our current options and where we're at. We don't sabotage you, you don't sabotage us. Seems a copacetic relationship.
Yeah, because they're trustworthy.
I looked at Kate and I say, we don't have to be trustworthy. We're controlling your vehicle.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I say it in Kate's mind, when the time comes, shoot her first.
Well, you can, when you have all of your, when you've assembled your pack, send a telegram. Just address it to Alexis. Alexa.
All right.
Order latex cat outfit for Barney. I will receive that text, and then we will meet. If we've done what we've come to do, you'll know previously. But let that be the time that that's negotiated.
Well, to be fair, and since we're trying to do this in a friendly and fruitful relationship, how about when you get close to doing what you're going to do, you let us know. Maybe we can help. At least it will give us a heads up on where you're at.
How about you let us hang on to some of your 6 ranks so we know you don't go ahead without us?
How about I toss your ass out of the stagecoach onto the cobblestone?
How about you try?
Going into what Alexa previously mentioned, us giving you some of the people who have already agreed to go with us would be similar to me asking, hey, why doesn't Alexa stay with us while everyone else gathers her people and her stuff?
You show some good faith. You have plenty of 6th rank Iron Riders. Give us one.
I believe you're collecting one right now. The Unbeliever. You just leave the Weaver spirit to die with one giant stroke of a bomb.
We have a bomb? But anyway.
Metaphor.
I think we both want to avoid hostage situations here, right?
What are we even talking about?
If you want us to let you
We
know
stopped our theft as a courtesy because there seem to be those among you who agree that this is an important thing.
Yeah.
Stop
I don't know that
stealing
this is
stuff is not a courtesy.
What?
Treasured guest speaks up in all of your heads because, no jaw. And he says, I think we've came to an appropriate compromise. Is there a place that you all need to be dropped off at, or is this location fine? And we need to get back to our friends.
Lady Alexa, I ask that we take some assurances.
Take some what?
Some kind of assurances that they follow through with their word.
Oh,
Humbly. That's my suggestion.
Treasured guest says, there's an honor among our kind. And I am, for one, not going to, and my expectation is that we didn't get here by lying and scheming. Where we are today, we did it through honor amongst each others.
Not like thieves in the night.
It was broad daylight.
As this is happening,
that's good.
Yeah.
I kind of like this character.
Keep in mind, as this is happening, you guys are killing vampires. Your other characters are.
No, your word's fine.
Oh yeah, my word.
And Agmar says, she saved my life once, and I know she's good for it. And he kind of smiles at Spark Speaker.
Roma looks to Spark Speaker and says, don't forget, we also have a deal.
I nod.
I get access to this vehicle for a week.
That was part of the deal. I looked to, I guess Phil was the one who was showing leadership.
Yeah.
She would like to examine the contraption.
Oh, that was part of the deal?
Not your deal.
Yeah.
That was another side deal that was happening.
Yeah, did someone say that? Not your deal?
No, that's me as the storyteller.
No, okay.
I don't want you to feel confused.
I mind speak to Phil. You better say no.
No, what deal?
Deal?
We meant she had a deal to examine the contraction.
Mm-hmm. When the stagecoach was to be in our hands for the moment after the theft,
all right,
they were going to be able to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that, Chris? I didn't hear you.
They were going to look at the stagecoach after the theft.
They? Who's they?
I point to her.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, she's not a werewolf. Who is she?
Yeah, who made the deal? That's all I'm wondering. I just want to put my rubber stamp on the deal. I'm fine with it. All I need is a name.
All you need is a name for the deal?
Yeah, who made the deal?
I look at treasured guest then.
Treasured guest says, if you have made if you've made a bargain, if you've made an oath to somebody as a fellow, as a fellow Geru, if you're trapped in an oath that you cannot break, we'll find a way to make a compromise for you. He says that in your head.
For her assistance in the theft, she wanted access to this.
Right, and I am not questioning anyone's honor or motivations. I just want to know who said yes to the deal.
I did.
You said yes, she could have access to the Stagecoach, which you didn't have at the moment?
Absolutely.
She helps him steal it, and then she gets to poke at it.
And since we were talked down from what was happening,
she's swinging in the wind because now she can't technically honor her bargain for her assistance. But she doesn't have the Stagecoach.
You know what? I have a rare idea.
Oh,
we kill her.
I think we would be more than happy to share access to the Stagecoach. I'm sure I hear a cough like there too.
No, that's actually Kate.
Right, I was expecting that. In return, I'm sure you can think of something that would assist us in our mission in case your mission fails. Something of fair and equal value.
we'll take care of the storm.
We'll carve that on your tombstone.
Well, I'm kind of hoping for something concrete before that.
Oh, kind of something not quite so large.
Right. I mean, saving the entire world, I mean, that's not fair for us just giving access to the Stagecoach. So something smaller that might help us out in the very near future. But we could talk about that later, but I think there's a deal that can be made here while you are our treasured guest, so to speak.
A favor to be named then.
Right. But nothing that would compromise your honor or integrity.
For operations, I'm sure.
Because we like our Geru allies and we all want to work together on this. We all have the same end goal. We're just looking at two different ways. There's a partnership that can be made.
I'll look to
Roma,
my technocratic friend.
She shrugs and says, as long as you're ensuring that they uphold their bargain, I'm fine with that.
Sounds good.
all right. So
Phil, you know the others are going to freak over this, right? Bob's going to blow a gasket.
Bob won't care. This is Weaver shit.
Are you talking about the... Which others? Who, the ones in Pittsburgh?
Our buddies who are out roaming the city.
I don't know. I mean, I think we all have a lot to offer each other, and I think turning away allies would be a mistake at this juncture.
You're the boss. Do what you want.
Not for much longer. I am quite perturbed.
all right. So let's. So you guys make your agreements, and then have your goodbyes. Then.
Yeah.
We'll invite everyone for a drink if they want to stay for a while.
All right.
I'll
so
stay for a while.
okay.
Just because I know that the Agmar and I will socialize.
Okay.
But
So
they can drop us off wherever.
Okay.
Roma just starts literally investigating the carriage, just making her way around as much as possible.
Okay. Okay. So fast forward a couple hours, and Chaska, Bowery Bob, and Arby, you are outside the spot. You see Hardstone breathing heavy with a silver, and you're at the spot where the stagecoach was. You guys want to replay that scene real quick?
Sure.
That's where we ended it last time.
Well, I'd reach out to Treasured Guest to see if I can see what the hell's going on with our connection.
Okay.
And Chaska goes immediately into tracking mode.
Okay. And Professor James Steelbrand immediately bends over to Hardstone and puts his palm over his snout, and you see that it kind of dissipates and turns back, and Treasured Guest, you reach out to Treasured Guest. Bowery Bob, what are you doing?
Well, we got a tracker. We've got someone who's doing something with their mind. I don't know that Bob is useful, so he will stand guard. I mean, unless there's carriage tracks. I mean, I could help with carriage tracks, but I'm sure Chaska knows more.
Yeah, it's cobblestone. It's cobblestone streets. Keep in mind that's what the city looks like, is those pictures, those sample pictures, and it's nighttime right now because you guys just
if it wasn't nighttime, I would say let's go to the Goop restaurant, but
the Goop, yeah, let's hang out at the Goop. You see, Treasured Guest says, we're coming back. We've kind of had a little situation. We're on our way back.
All right, I'll relay that to the others.
Couple minutes later, you guys see coming around the corner, coming down the back through an alley in a street through gaslight lamps, the stagecoach arriving and pulls up in front of you all.
Why'd you guys leave Hardstone out here? First thing I say. What the hell happened?
How much time you got?
Not much. I gotta go.
Friends of our elders tried to steal our shit, but we're cool now. That's it.
Huh.
Riveting. Let's go.
We have a visitor on board.
A stranger?
Yeah, well, few, but don't mess with the technocrat, please.
James, Professor James says, so he kind of looks around and looks a bit embarrassed at, he seems to be the one that's knows the least amount of the people that are in here. And he kind of like nods courteously to the other legends that are in there in the room. So he says, where do we go next?
To a beach, apparently to sun ourselves.
And
hilarious.
And that's that's the end of that session. All right, everybody give yourself 5 experience. 5 experience tonight. That was a role-play heavy game.
Good job, Barney. You had a lot of characters and different things to juggle.
Yeah.
You. Good job.
Yeah. Good job. This session brought back a lot of painful memories.
See, the thing is, I think we had it. That's the.
Oh, we totally